Is your money safe online? I mean, really safe? We're living in a world where banking isn't just about brick-and-mortar branches anymore. It's about apps, websites, and the promise of convenience at your fingertips. But with that convenience comes a whole new set of questions, right? Questions like, who exactly am I trusting with my hard-earned cash? And, more specifically, if you're looking at online-only banks, questions like, is Ally Bank a U.S. bank? Think about it. We're constantly bombarded with ads promising high-yield savings, no fees, and the ease of managing your finances from your couch. But behind those slick interfaces, there's a whole infrastructure, a regulatory framework, and, well, just plain old facts that we need to understand. Because when it comes to your money, you can't afford to be casual. You can't just take things at face value. So, let's peel back the layers. You've probably seen Ally Bank pop up in your search results. Maybe you've heard friends talking about their interest rates or their user-friendly app. But what's the real story? Is it just another digital facade, or is it a solid, regulated, U.S.-based institution? To answer that, we need to understand a couple of things. First, what does it mean to be a U.S. bank? It's not just about having a website that ends in .com or a phone number with a U.S. area code. It's about regulatory oversight, deposit insurance, and a history of operating within the American financial system. Let's start with the basics. Ally Bank is indeed a U.S. bank. It's a direct bank, meaning it operates primarily online and over the phone, without a network of physical branches. But that doesn't make it any less real than your traditional bank. Here's the key point: Ally Bank is a member of the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, or FDIC. That little acronym is crucial. It means that your deposits are insured up to $250,000 per depositor, per insured bank, for each account ownership category. This one protection is a cornerstone of the American banking system, designed to safeguard your money in the event of a bank failure. 1. www.midwest1.bank. www.midwest1.bank. So, when you see that FDIC logo on Ally's website or in their app, it's not just a symbol. It's a guarantee. It's a promise that your money is protected by the full faith and credit of the United States government. But how did Ally Bank get to this point? It didn't just appear out of thin air. It has a history. In fact, it has a history that goes back decades. Ally Bank was originally known as GMAC Bank, the financial services arm of General Motors Acceptance Corporation. Yes, that GM. The car company. For years, they provided financing for car purchases. But in the wake of the 2008 financial crisis, GMAC underwent a significant transformation. It rebranded as Ally Financial, and its banking division became Ally Bank. This transition wasn't just a name change. It was a strategic shift towards becoming a standalone, consumer-focused online bank. They shed their reliance on the automotive industry and focused on offering competitive interest rates, no-fee banking, and a streamlined digital experience. Now, you might be thinking, okay, they're FDIC insured, and they have a history. But what about their operations? Where are they based? Ally Bank's headquarters are in Detroit, Michigan. Yes, the Motor City. They're a significant employer in the region and a part of the fabric of the American financial landscape. They have operations and offices throughout the U.S. But being a U.S. bank isn't just about location. It's also about compliance with U.S. banking regulations. The American banking system is one of the most heavily regulated in the world. Banks are subject to a complex web of laws and rules designed to protect consumers and maintain the stability of the financial system. Ally Bank is regulated by the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, or OCC. This federal agency supervises national banks and ensures they operate safely and soundly. They're also subject to scrutiny from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, or CFPB, which protects consumers from unfair, deceptive, or abusive practices. These regulatory bodies play a vital role in ensuring that banks like Ally operate within the bounds of the law and maintain the trust of their customers. When you deposit your money with a U.S. bank, you're not just trusting the bank itself. You're trusting the system of checks and balances that oversees it. Now, let's talk about the advantages of a U.S. bank like Ally. One of the biggest draws is the aforementioned FDIC insurance. It provides peace of mind, knowing that your deposits are protected. Another advantage is the stability and security of the American financial system. While no system is perfect, it's generally considered to be one of the most robust and reliable in the world. Furthermore, U.S. banks are subject to strict anti-money laundering and know your customer regulations. These regulations are designed to prevent illicit activities and ensure that financial institutions are not used for criminal purposes. This means that banks like Ally have rigorous procedures in place to verify your identity and monitor transactions. But what about the digital aspect? Being an online bank means that Ally can offer certain advantages that traditional banks can't. They don't have the overhead costs associated with maintaining a network of physical branches. This allows them to offer higher interest rates on savings accounts and CDs, as well as lower fees. They also invest heavily in their technology, providing a user-friendly app and website that make it easy to manage your finances. You can deposit checks, transfer funds, and pay bills all from your smartphone or computer. Of course, there are also considerations to keep in mind. While online banking offers convenience, it also requires a certain level of digital literacy. You need to be comfortable using apps and websites, and you need to be aware of the risks of online fraud and scams. And while Ally has a robust customer service team, some people prefer the face-to-face interaction of a traditional bank branch. So, to recap, is Ally Bank a U.S. bank? Absolutely. It's a direct bank headquartered in Detroit, Michigan, and it's a member of the FDIC. It's regulated by the OCC and the CFPB, and it operates within the framework of the American financial system. It's important to remember that not all online financial services are created equal. Some may operate outside of the U.S. regulatory framework, and some may not offer FDIC insurance. That's why it's crucial to do your research and understand the risks before entrusting your money to any financial institution. When you're choosing a bank, whether it's a traditional brick-and-mortar bank or an online bank like Ally, you need to consider your individual needs and preferences. Think about the services you need, the fees you're willing to pay, and the level of convenience you require. Don't just take someone's word for it. Do your own due diligence. Check the bank's website, read reviews, and look for the FDIC logo. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact the bank directly. Understanding the fundamentals of the banking system is key to protecting your money. Knowing that Ally Bank is a U.S. bank, FDIC insured, and regulated by federal agencies gives you peace of mind. But remember to always be vigilant and informed. Your financial security depends on it. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.